Ice, a pretty special year at Melbourne United comes to a close. What were your main takeaways from this season, your first season here in Melbourne?
Yeah, first season in Melbourne. I had goals coming in, with my injuries to get through as much of the year as possible. I wanted to play every game, but a couple unavoidable things happened, like COVID and sort of a contact injury. So I'm very happy with how my body held up. That was a big question mark for a lot of people, and everyone can now rest easy knowing I can play through a season. So yeah, that was a big takeaway for me. Obviously, I had a very big personal season as well, a big season in my personal life with coming out and all that stuff. And Melbourne United was just such an unbelievable place to have that experience, and everyone here was incredible with helping me with that. And yeah, it's certainly a place I'll not forget and hopefully play out again someday. And all in all though, first season with United was fantastic. I think it ended a little early, and we're all very disappointed in that about that. But yeah, I think we can look back on the year and have a lot of positives and a lot of good memories.
You touch upon on the court, you had your own personal goals, especially, trying to prove that you could, be durable. What did it mean to you personally to go out there and play such a large role for United and finish the season leading the league in blocks and, still prove that you can be a pretty formidable force out on the court?
It meant a lot. I had a lot of people counting me out and a lot of people not willing to take the risk on me last off-season. And I think I proved everyone wrong, and I am very grateful for Melbourne United to have taken that risk, and I think we grew together. I felt very at home in this environment, and I felt like everyone wanted my best interest on the court. So yeah, I think, like I said, a lot of people did count me out, and it was, I played with a big chip on my shoulder to prove to everyone that I could keep going and be the same dominant player that I am. I've got a ways to go still, but I think that was a very good first stepping stone for me, coming back from some pretty bad injury experiences. So.
And you've played elsewhere in the league. I guess, what was the experience like coming to Melbourne, playing at United, and feeling the passion of our fans, especially every home game at John Cain Arena? What was that like compared to some of the other places you've been?
One thing that are pretty consistent with teams are the fans. The fans are in Australia. The NBL is doing so well with their fan base, but I have to say, Melbourne United games they feel pretty special, and they feel like it's like the hot ticket, in town, and a lot of people come out to support us. And even during our losing streak thing, we didn't have the best time in that season. In that part of the season, we were losing a fair bit, and everyone still came out and supported us and had faith in us, and we eventually turned it around. And yeah, I guess I can say I've not been a part of a fan base that stuck by us that much, and yeah, it was great to be a part of, for sure.
And you touched on a little bit before that you'd welcome an opportunity to come back and play at Melbourne United. Is that something that draws into the front office or the play on the court, or the fan experience, the fan engagement, or is it just something that is just all-encompassing?
Yeah, it's just as a whole. This environment's really great to be in. I'm starting to really enjoy the city a lot more and learn to vibe with Melbourne, and I think everything's in my life falling into place here, and I'd love to. I've always wanted to play for Melbourne United, and I got the chance to, and I don't really want to not play for Melbourne United. So I would love to be back, but we'll see. I have no idea.